found another one in Wild's box, and I was like, great, because I want to rig these with single hooks, and these are the hooks we're gonna use. This is the Jigger Medium Chase 6.0 for this particular jig, and yeah, let's get started. How the back hook. I'm gonna be using um, wired cord for this. All right, and let me think this through. All right, so single hooks. I'm gonna be using single hooks. So normally with single hooks it's splicing, but we are going to not splice. Alright, so this is wired. I like it because it's kind of stiff, and there's no need to actually use a fluorocarbon insert on this because it's already pretty stiff. Okay, we're gonna be using a stopper for this, and I know a lot of people don't like the idea of the stopper, but the thing is, it is kind of like an insurance policy. So I'm gonna cut this. This is for the back, okay? So I'm gonna cut this a bit long, and we'll size that later. Put the hook on the vise here. Okay, now let's go ahead and bind this, and the binding will be barb length, like so. Okay, I'm gonna bring you in so you guys can see. Okay, there we go. Okay, so about that length, and then go ahead and bind this. There we go. Now let's super glue this whole thing. Cut the tag end. Okay, now before we super glue, let's run a, there we go. That way, there's no fuzziness from the braid and the cord. So super glue this and we're set. Okay, this tube is almost gone. And we've made a lot of assist hooks from this tube. Okay, a little bit of excess, just there we go. All right, we're gonna set this aside so that it'll dry up. And it will be clean. none of the white stuff. Alright, so we set the super glue aside as well and work on the front. Okay, so you can see there it's well coated. Set that aside. This is going to be a fast build. Okay, and then we do another loop here, or a knot actually. Cut the end. And then we'll cut this one a bit shorter because for the front hook we don't need it to be as long as the back. Always. Okay. Both will be 6/0 of course. There we go. Again, same length like that. Put it there. Quick change the glasses because the other one, actually my reading glasses. Okay. Okay, one more pass. Okay, now just a finish there. Cut it again. This braid is weird. We're gonna, okay, no more fuzzies. Now glue up. Make sure everything is coated. That way it will not move, which is very important for our assist hook. Make sure that's centered. Then we go back to our first one. Okay, this is dry. Now we attach our solid ring. So for this we measure the length that we need, just right there. There, okay. We take our solid ring, put it there, and then we pass through 2 times. Okay, that's one, and then we pass through another time, like so. Make sure that you're at the right spot, right there. Again, before you tighten everything, measure. Okay. Right there. Okay. And then we can bind. Okay. We first lock everything. just to make sure it won't move. There we go. So once that's locked, we can go ahead and spiral this. Obviously you will need your, not spiral, but we bind it, okay, but we will need this attachment right here. Okay, now we also need to decide how long this is going to be, which is just right there. But what we will do is we will do a few binds first, like so. Make sure that it's clean before we snip the end. There we go. So we have the tag end there. Some fuzzies. Okay, we have the tag end there, which we will eliminate in a bit. All we have to do is just, there we go. Now, all we have to do is just put in a few wraps to make this as clean as possible, and we're done. There we go. Smooth right there. Remember, this has wire, so this will be very nice to use for when there's barracuda around, but obviously this will catch pretty much anything that swims. If there are fuzzies, all you have to do is just run a lighter momentarily, and everything's going to be clean. So there we go. That's our back hook. Let's go ahead and fix it in. Now for this, I've chosen a smaller split rings, because originally what was placed here were actually quite big. Now the split rings are the same size as the solid rings, and both of them match the eye size of the jig. Alright, so that's what we have there. That's the position right there. Quite nice. It's not going to move. Obviously, we're going to super glue this in as well. There we go. It's a very good position. Now, this one should be dry and ready for our solid ring. And also, we will be able to get the position, which is that one right there, right here. Okay, again. Okay, once, and we go in again. Like so. So you have, okay, have that basically doubled in. So that's 2 wraps right there. You can see 2 wraps. Okay, let me there we go. So that's 2 wraps. Okay. Then all you have to do is just put it here, and then we do our bind. And same thing, we do 6 turns at the base of the 2 wraps, so that that actually doesn't move. There we go. And as soon as it doesn't move anymore, that's when you know that you're ready to do your wrap, your PR on this. First you have to cut the tag. Tag is cut, and then now we need to cut this, the excess, and it will be around there. Okay, more than enough. Now here's something crucial. This isn't tight, so what you do is actually pull. Fuck. Shite. Okay, so we cut the tag. We have cut the excess of the wire cord. Now it's just, fuck, really? Okay, cord is cut, excess is cut. Now we just wrap. Okay, now that there's a few turns there, we can cut our excess tag. Cord is cut. Now we just do a few wraps going forward, do a few wraps going back, and that should have secured everything. Now we can cut our tag, because our tag's kind of annoying, you know. I mean, you could leave it there until the last step, but don't want to wait. Okay, now we just put in the wraps. Make sure to actually wrap the tip because that's what makes everything clean. And the tip is very difficult to secure. Okay, so now that everything is secure, all we need to do is do our finishing wrap. So okay, so there we have it. That is our front hook. Okay, so obviously what we're gonna do is we're still gonna glue everything, but that's pretty much a done deal. And what we just need is to attach it to our jig. Okay. Remember that this is a very sharp hook, so don't handle it as much as possible. You can see there that precise. Right. This is a very easy rig, especially for places like California that require only two hooks. You could only use two hooks. This is good, but the thing is with this rig is that um, it's effective everywhere, especially for fish like tuna. This is really one of the best rigs for that type. And it's not only for this jig, you could use it for all sorts of other long jigs, of course. But quite an effective rigging. And with this, actually, the hooks are always going to be pointing out, and that's something that you should actually strive for instead of having them lay flat. So with this, if they're in position, okay, they should be laying flat. Not laying flat, but they should be actually pointing out. Okay, like that. Okay, so same thing with the other one. Should be there. Is the pressure. So when they're standing up like that and not laying flat, what happens is that it's always going to be in a position to have the fish bite and grab it. So when this is falling, backsliding, like that, you know that this hook's going to be in position like that. Fish grab it and then they're hooked. But if it's sideways like this, there's a huge chance that they're not going to be. So that's why it's very important. Okay, so that's it, guys. If you have questions, please drop them in the comment section, and like the video if you like it, if you've learned something. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Very important for the channel's growth and for the YouTube algorithm. And if you're new to the channel, this channel talks about the hows and whys of fishing. We cover everything from big game, ultralight, everything in the middle, including fly fishing. And this is one of the videos in our jig rigging library. So if you happen across this channel because of this video and you're interested in other jigs, on how to rig other jigs, check out the jig rigging library. Alright, that's it for now. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Class dismissed.